Hi, and welcome back. This is a little late, but we're doing our June empties now that it's July. So we have 11 total empties. We have 8 skincare, 3 makeup, and that's it. No hair care, no perfume, no nails this month, which is a little odd, especially hair care, but it is what it is. So we'll start here. First one we finished up was the Peach and Lily The Good Acids Pore Toner. As you can see, it was in a project. It's good. I wouldn't say it's the greatest toner I've had, but most toners seem to be completely pointless. This one at least did something. I'm not sure that something was worth the price, but it did something at least. So there's that. I have a different Peach and Lily toner still to do, but I'm trying to get through one of my backup Glow Recipe ones, which are a little hydrating, but honestly, I got this because I'm trying to get away from the Glow Recipe ones because they just, again, it doesn't seem to be worth the price. We got our trash bag right here. Well, technically it's a Walmart bag, but then we have the Paula's Choice Youth Extending Hydrating Fluid Broad Spectrum SPF 50. This is my go-to combination second moisturizer plus and SPF. And I have loads of backups of this one. So this is, yeah. That's always coming and going. Then we have the e.l.f. Holy Hydration Thirst Burst Drops. This was a free gift with purchase that got rolled into Deca Panning. And I only had it in for usage, but then I went ahead and finished it off. I hated this, which really sucks because I have 2 more. It doesn't do anything except make your moisturizer take longer to absorb. And because it's taking long to absorb, you might think it's hydrating, but it's not. It's just taking longer to absorb. And if you're doing it your moisturizer before your makeup, then you have to wait longer in order to do your makeup, which is annoying. And then you still end up with the dry spots because no, it's not actually adding any hydration. So the other 2 will get in for something, but hey, now I actually own something that I can't stand, which free gift for purchase. That's what those are for. Then we have the Ectin Hydro Barrier Serum. I rolled this in as a cheaper dupe for the Glow Recipe Ceramide Barrier something or another. I don't have any upstairs. They're all in my downstairs cabinet where I do my evening makeup. This works better. It's cheaper. It works better. It's a better product. I really do like the Inky List for their price point. But yeah, no, this is so much better. So much better. I have a few more of those. I decided to use those on Mondays and Wednesdays, and I was using the ceramide on Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays. That's Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So I will continue to use them for up until November when I run out of the Glow Recipe, and I probably won't order the Glow Recipe, and I'll just get more of those. So, yeah. And then this is the Glow Recipe Prickly Pear Peptide Mucin. Which was in a project. I bought this to see if it was a dupe for the snail mucin. The CosRX snail mucin. No, not even remotely close. But we'll finish up what we bought of these and then go back to the CosRX because no. No, no, no. That's makeup. Wrong one. Then we have the Inky List Retinol Eye Cream, which is also a staple that I use to prevent the crow's feet and stuff, because I turned 48 this month. Crow's feet are always there, although it's these are not bags, these are wrinkles. They're starting to become a bigger issue. The fat is keeping the crow's feet away more than probably anything else. But we finally finished this up. This wasn't a project, so I don't know the total usage because it was about half gone when I rolled it into the project, and the project had 53 uses, so around 106 uses, because it's eye cream, you don't need a whole lot, so it goes really slow. But yeah, I already have a dupe. I already have a backup, several backups of that one that's already rolled in. And then we have the very last Elf Skin Holy Hydration Eye Cream. I love this stuff when it was unscented, and then they got rid of the unscented, and I can't put this anywhere near my face, so I flew through my last 3 by using them as hand cream. It's a good moisturizer. I was using this eye creams for the most part. I don't see the point in, except that my nighttime moisturizer needs to be super heavy, and that was too heavy for my eyes. So I had gotten moisturizing eye cream so I could still moisturize my eyes, because my lids and eyebrows especially get very dry in the winter. But like I said, once they got rid of the unscented, this couldn't go anywhere near my face without me having issues. So that is gone and never to return. And then our June tree hut was the Jelly Bear, which it shouldn't have been, but with the 3 months in Seattle when this was supposed to be getting used over Easter, it didn't get used until June. Well, May and June. That rolled out pretty early in the month. So I should say that was primarily in May. Rolled out early in June. We have the wildflower in right now, and then a blueberry. It's backup's right here. Lemon blueberry tart, which is going in next. Got some more hair care in there too. But yeah, the wildflower should be in next month's. In July's Empties, because that one's almost gone. They're just finishing at the beginning of the month instead of the end of the month now because of stuff, and it is what it is. Okay, our three makeup empties, which is pretty good for a month. So we have the Anastasia Brow Wiz, which is completely gone. Now, to be fair, I didn't finish this one. It snapped. There wasn't a whole lot left. Maybe week and a half's worth, and it snapped. And that wasn't enough to be able to resalvage, so I ended up with one brow with this, or I should say 3/4 of a brow with this, and then I had to switch to a different pencil, which looked a little weird. But I really enjoy these. First time this broke, the spoolie broke off, and the spoolie broke off right away. I didn't even use it. It had crumbled while it was being stored for some reason. But it doesn't go in there. It goes in the makeup bin for end of the year. And now we have the Christian Dior lip oil in Rosewood, we finally finished. Unfortunately, I do not have tracked uses on this because we brought it to Seattle and it was a lifesaver in the hospital because the hospital is dry. But I completely lost track without having my notebook to write things down, and I had no way to keep track. So I lost track, and I don't know how many uses it took. But this took... I started using it... I think I started using it... It rolled into the project in July 28th of last year. I started using it pretty early in August, and it just finished. So almost a whole year. These normally only take me 6 months, but for some reason this one took me almost a whole year to finish. It was going so slow. But it took me 3-4 months just to get past this little silver plastic piece at the top, which, yeah, not sure why that took so long, but that took so long. And then finally we have the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder, and she is done. Although we'll keep the compact just for an extra compact because it's good compact. But the powder is done. Unfortunately, it finished like 4 days after the project that it's in had its update. So it's not even marked as being done in that project. So even though I rolled in the next project and the next product, and I've been using the next product for the project, I can't mark it because we haven't had the update, and the update's at the end of the month. Like, when is the update? Which one of you? There you are. Oh, well, okay, so not the end of the month, middle of the month, 14th, which is my birthday. So yeah, no, on my birthday I can finally roll in the next powder, even though I've been using it without keeping track because it's not a project. It is what it is. I do have... I keep track of everything. I do have total uses for these. So airbrush was 130 uses, 54 uses last year, 76 uses this year to finish that. Sprays, mascara, eyebrow. And then the ABH pencil was a total of 81 uses. 37 uses last year, 44 uses this year to finish that one up. And like I said, I don't have uses of this because I lost the ability to keep track while I was in the hospital. Oh, while my daughter was in the hospital. So that's that. That's Empties for June. It feels like a really big letdown after last month's update when we did 3 months at once and we had huge numbers, but this is close to normal. I normally average between 10 and 13 products a month, and this was 11, so on the low end, but it's still within normal range. So that is that, and I hope you all have a good weekend. We'll see you soon. Bye.